Today is day 24 of running the London Rail Map, and I'm still on with running the South Eastern Network. Today I found myself running the Grove Park Line, otherwise known as the South Eastern Main Line. It's about 22.5k. Let's get into it. I'm going the wrong way. So this footpath I'm running down now is also referred to as Railway Children Walk. In fact, it was actually this area that formed as inspiration for the Railway Children novel by Edith Nesbit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know too much about the Grove Park Line. I mean, I am familiar with stations such as Petts Wood and Orpington, only because I've covered them before when I was running Thameslink. But I'm not too far off from the first station of the day, heading over to Grove Park. Got, 21.8 kilometres remaining. So I've just arrived at Grove Park Station, a station that has 5 platforms in total. Now for the additional platform 5, that is for the branch line. So from Grove Park down to Bromley North Station, have a little shuttle service going between the two. So at this point now from Grove Park, I have 18.4 kilometres remaining. So I've just passed through an area known as Chinbrook Meadows, and the place that I'm going through right now is a little nature reserve. But over to the left hand side, can't really see too much, but what you can hear are the sounds of the South Eastern Main Line, Grove Park Line, just through the trees. We're not too far off from the next station of the day, Elmstead Woods. Now with a station name like that, obviously it's not hard to imagine what it was that station was named after, because where it is that we're running right now, we are of course in Elmstead Woods. Bearing in mind that all of this, we're not in Kent or anything as of yet, all of this is still within London. Absolutely crazy. Right, so I've made it to Elmstead Woods Station. When this station opened in, I believe it was 1903, this was originally known as just Elmstead Station, then later down the line, then changed its name to Elmstead Woods. So at this point now we have about 15 kilometres remaining. By the time that I finish this run, I would love it if we catch the sunset over London. That would be absolutely beautiful, but we'll see. Anyway. So if I'm just coming to the end of station approach at Chislehurst Station, you can see the former station building of Chislehurst and Bickley Park. Now at Chislehurst, a very fond memory that I have was when I was back here earlier this year. I think it was maybe February, March time. I was last here with the running channel with Sarah. And I'm here with Sarah.
Hello.
And we're racing the train.
What could go wrong?
13.26 kilometres remaining. We're sort of around the halfway point, give or take a kilometre. Right, let us move on. So this footbridge that I'm using right now is crossing over the Chatham Main Line, which is a line I'll be coming back to next week when I'll be running over from London Victoria over to Swanley. Bit of a long distance. Alright, and welcome to Petts Wood Station. You know, the works have just started for step-free access to come to this station. It should be ready in the next few years. Very, very exciting to see. So at this point we've got 10.5k remaining now. So we've got Orpington, Chelsfield and Knockholt remaining. 3 stations left, 10.5k. Very good, let's move on. And with just 8.1 kilometres remaining, I've made it to Orpington Station. So now I'm on the home stretch, sort of, with 2 stations remaining. I just want to see the sunset over London. It's like, I don't want to miss it. And just to the right hand side here is Goddington Park, which is also the location of a park run. I have Not been here in quite a while. In fact, the last time that I was here was when I was doing my parkrun challenge a couple of years ago, which was to see how many parkruns I could run in one day. Let's see if we can squeeze in one more parkrun. Shattered. Spoiler alert, I could only manage 5. I say only 5. It was really tough. And this was exactly what I was hoping to see. What a beautiful view of London from here. What else can we see? So we can see the Shard, we can see Canary Wharf, I can just make out the BT Tower. I have to give a massive shout out to one of my patrons, Martin, if you're watching this, thank you so much for making me aware of this beautiful spot here. I had no idea that this had existed, so thank you so much for your message pointing me to this direction. This was absolutely worth it. So we're just over 2 kilometres remaining. I'm here at Chelsfield Station. So at this point you can probably tell, but it is starting to get a little bit dark now. One of the things to take into consideration when running around this time of year is the fact that it gets darker earlier. So as part of my running kit, I of course pack a torch on me so that I can clearly see where it is that I'm going. Now at this point I have about 2 kilometres remaining. I'm not going to be running too crazy along this because, for one, I'm not too familiar with this area, but also, as it is getting dark, I just want to be careful of the terrain, considering that it is mostly among this traily footpath. I don't want to have any injuries while I'm along here. So just something to take into consideration if you do indeed plan on running around this time of year, and especially in traily areas, just be very, very careful. Well, it's only dark now. You can't see anything. You can barely see anything. You can see like the reflection from the phone screen here. And just like that, so 23.6 kilometres later, I've arrived finally at Knockholt Station, which means that the total distance of running the South Eastern network so far is 153.79 kilometres, and the total distance of running the London rail map as a whole is 538 kilometres. Not bad going. On that note, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week for a brand new episode of Runderground, where I'm running more of the South Eastern network. Take care.